I'm here with the latest updates from We Share Abundance. We Share Abundance is a cloud nation, and we are the United States of the world, and we've been around for about 3 years, so we're an emerging nation. We have been putting in our foundations, and we're now building our industries to increase our income, our value, for the benefit of all of our citizens. Okay, we should be streaming live on YouTube, Twitch, and in our Facebook group, We Share Abundance publicly. And I'm going to head there right now because from time to time, things don't work exactly as they should do. And so I'm going to Facebook and I'm going to We Share Abundance publicly group. And I'm going to be looking for the 27th of May. So far, so good. We have comments. Right, we've got Kingsley in from Manchester, UK. We've got Andrew in from, will it be there, Sunday morning in New Zealand. And I'm just going to check. We have Lewis in YouTube from Portugal. Now I've lost Facebook again. Here we go. Right, okay. And we've got Richard in from Devon, not far from me, and it's a lovely evening here in the southwest of England where Richard is and where I am. It's been a beautiful day today. Been a good day to play rugby, bit hot. My heart said Sale, my head said Saracens. Unfortunately, my head came out the winner. So that was in the Premiership for the rugby today. Congratulations for Sale for getting as far as they did, but congratulations as well to Saracens for being the unstoppable force that they've been for quite a number of years. There is also a big game going on between Luton and Coventry in football. They both want to get into the Premier League from the Championship, and they're both very deserving. And it would be lovely to say, okay, let's have them both in, because at the moment it's 1-1 after full time, and they're playing extra time. So it would be lovely to say, okay, let's get rid of an extra one, and we get rid of Everton and Leeds and Leicester, and we get in these two sides who've done everything they can to be Premiership members next year. It would be lovely to see them both. It won't happen. One will be disappointed, but they're giving it all, and they're both deserving. Commiserations to whoever loses and congratulations to whoever wins. Okay, that's it from the sporting front. What have we got from We Share Abundance? Well, we'll be getting started in just a moment now with a short prayer to help us find the true path to happiness, and following that with a little affirmation to help us get rid of any unwanted prejudices, because we are a non-separatist community. We don't see superficial differences like colour, gender, class, creed, educational level, financial status, any of these superficial things that people tend to hang their hat on, you know. We just see everybody as human beings and as members of the human race, and we treat everybody equally, even though we recognise that everybody is totally unique. And so everybody has something unique to offer to our community, and that's why we treat them equally because everybody is of equal value. Something unique from there, something unique from there. Everybody is equally important. Right. Happiness is what everybody seeks, but there is only one path to true happiness. And most people don't understand that and don't know how to find it. Some people find loads and loads of money, and yet they're not happy. Money will not buy you happiness. Doesn't mean that money is bad. Doesn't mean that you shouldn't have a lot of money. Doesn't mean that you shouldn't have ambitions. But it won't buy you happiness. Happiness can only come through loving service to other people. And if you adopt that as your mantra, as your goal, as your way of life, you will find that everything that you want and need in life flows to you anyway, without all the stress and the heartbreaks and the energy that's expounded on chasing money. And most people fail when they try to chase money anyway. It just runs away from them. Go out and help people, and everything you want and need in life will come to you, including true happiness. Okay, let's get started then. Let's have that little prayer and let's have the affirmation, and then I'll bring you up to date. Dear Heavenly Father, we are so happy and grateful for you, and we ask that you bless the We Share Abundance community, that it may fill each member's heart with unconditional love, and that through that love each member may find the joy of service. And through service, bless each member, that they may attract true happiness and everything they want and need in their life. Amen. And that affirmation, to help us get rid of prejudice, goes like this. We're so happy and grateful to be citizens of the United States of the world, with God and truth as our leaders. Heavenly Father, may thy kingdom of peace come into our world, as it is in heaven, and free us all from divisive harmony, that we may become perfect citizens in body, mind, and soul of thy world. Okie dokie, we've got Rosina in as well from Bonnie, Scotland, up north of the border there. She's in Edinburgh, the capital of Scotland. Right, what's been going on today? Not a lot with it being Saturday, although we have been trying to get the issue resolved on the no payments unsuccessfully so far, largely because the solution that Now Payments came up with on Friday was ineffective. It didn't cover the problem. They assumed something that was incorrect. And unfortunately, we're going to have to wait till Monday for them now because they probably don't work weekends. And that's our last chance saloon, really, till the middle of June to get Now Payments up and running in the back office there. Why till the middle of June? Because Devyani is going on holiday and we won't have any development done for a couple of weeks. We'll be running with what we have. There may be some things that I'll be able to produce on the front end, like changes in web pages and this sort of thing. But the back end, where all the heavy lifting is done, where all the work goes on, where all your commissions are created, calculated, and paid, and everything else, will be stalled for a couple of weeks. Right. As far as I'm concerned, what have I been doing today? I have been starting to vet the people that have put in applications for the fun miracles job. It's very difficult. So many really good applications there. But we must narrow it down. We can't deal with the amazing number of applicants we've got, which is now over 70. We have to narrow it down and interview, if you like, a few of them, and we'll be doing that. I have also booked a call with a crypto expert, for want of a better word, somebody that understands the Binance Smart Chain and what we can do there and how we can do it. Which is a step forward in getting what we want to need done for the transfer from Waves of our tokens. Initially, it will be the Wheat Abundance token, because we have more control over that right now. And so we'll be able to get in there and within a relatively short time put in a liquidity pool that will mean that we'll be able to release tokens that will be tradable immediately for value. Now, it doesn't mean we can release tokens from our wealth builder. It just means that we'll be able to continue doing what we're doing, but it will be more efficient. People that are earning commissions will be able to pick up those commissions very quickly. I mean, now they can cash in, that they can put their tokens for sale on the market, but it can take a while for them to sell. Sometimes they're selling them at lower values than we would like them to be sold at. And they'd like them to be sold at as well. So rather than them putting them up for sale at $260, taking 10 days, a couple of weeks to actually sell them, they'll be able to sell them for $320 within seconds. I can't give you a date for when that will be available, but it is something that we're working on, and that will be available as soon as I can possibly get everything sorted out and done. It involves work in the back office to enable the withdrawals to go to the right place rather than going to Waves to go to the Binance Smart Chain. And so that is something that will take time. I'm not quite sure how long, but it will be a priority to get that initial transfer done. Once we've got that sorted out and working and running properly, we'll be doing a similar operation with the WISA token, and there may be more than that coming, which I won't go into now. But that is where we are with that. There was a webinar today that I didn't make from Beyond Infinity. I know there was a lot of excitement from the Beyond Infinity people about the webinar. I don't know what was in it because I didn't get on it because I was more interested in this particular day in following the rugby. I got to be honest, you know. But I will catch up on the replay. The replay is now posted and available in the back office under the training section of Beyond Infinity. It's also in the Beyond Infinity Telegram group. So if you weren't able to make the live event, you'll be able to catch up on it there. And I'm hoping that I'll catch up on it later on so that I can know what's going on there. I did see a question about the webinar in one of our Telegram groups. Somebody saying, but we don't know how we're going to get the car because we're all in different countries. And that's not true, because people just don't listen well enough. What happens with the car is this: you pay your money. How much you pay is up to you. It's in $250 multiples. So you can pay $250, $500, $750, $1,000, whatever it is. And in 12 months' time, that will mean that you are eligible to receive a car for 100 times the value of that contribution. So keep things simple. If it was a $250 contribution, in 12 months' time, you're eligible for a $25,000 vehicle. And how it works is this: in 10 months' time, you will be told that you're eligible for a vehicle in a couple of months to the value of whatever it may be. If you pay 250, in your case, it's 25,000. And they will ask you to go to a local dealer, select the car you want, have the dealer help you build it to your specifications. You may want red upholstery instead of black. You may want fog lights where they don't come as standard, whatever. So you establish exactly the vehicle that you want from the dealer of your choice, and then you complete the form. And in that form, it has the dealer name and information and the vehicle and everything else that you desire. So if you live in Nairobi, it'll be a dealer in Nairobi. If you live in Adelaide, in Australia, it'll be a dealer in Adelaide, in Australia, unless you're crazy and you want to go to Sydney to pick your vehicle up, whatever. But that form, once submitted, then the Beyond Infinity team go to that dealer. They arrange the purchase of that vehicle on your behalf, and it is available for you to collect. And they will give you the date that you can go and collect it from that dealer. And that's how it works. It doesn't matter where you live, whether you're in Botswana or the United States or wherever. There are some restrictions at the moment which are from the United States government, because Beyond Infinity is currently registered in the United States, and they do not allow trading with some countries because of sanctions and things like this. For example, I think there's sanctions against Russia because of this Ukraine war. So if you're in Russia, there would be difficulties. But Beyond Infinity are going to be registering as an offshore entity to overcome this. And when they're an offshore entity, they won't be subject to the same rules and regulations, and so it won't matter where you are based. So I hope that covers that for people. I also sent out an email today and a message which will be in your inbox. You've only got 4 days to pick up that offer from Information, and the ANTT prop firm. A prop firm is somebody that will finance a trading account for you. And the advantage of that is if you've got your own trading account, you might have $1,000 in it, and it's very difficult, one, to trade with $1,000 because your margins in cash are low. If you're trading 1% margin, 1% of $1,000 is only $10. So you're buying and selling, and you buy it at a price of say $100. If it dips to 90 or it goes up to 110, it can fluctuate very quickly. If you've bought for it to go up, you're expecting it to go up, and it drops down to 90 before it goes up, you've lost your trade. If you bought it to go down and it goes up to 110 before it goes down, you've lost your trade. Also, if you're trading with $1,000 and you're basing it on 1% and you make that 1% profit that you're after, or maybe 2%, you're not making a fortune, are you? You win your trade and maybe you've made 3%, it's $30. But if you're trading with a huge account, $100,000 or $200,000, both possible through the information plan, then those percentages are not so critical. And when you do make your profits, you make 2 or 3% profit, it's an awful lot more. And so they can work on just making you 3 or 4% a month. And that is a very significant income if you've got $200,000 to that percentage is based on. And that's what prop firms do. Why do they do it? Well, first of all, they test you to make sure that you're a competent trader. They don't want to lose money. And secondly, if you are a competent trader, then they'll give you these accounts, and when you do trade and you make your profit, they want a portion of it. Okay, they say, okay, we funded your account with $200,000 and you've made $10,000. We want $2,500. Fair enough. You've still made $7,500 that you wouldn't have made otherwise. But you have to be a competent trader. One, to pass the challenge, to get funded, and two, to make money with it once you've got it. Because if you don't make money with it once you've got it, the prop firm are going to take it away from you anyway. Okay, so how do you get over that one? Well, Incomation will do all the trading for you. They'll pass the challenges and they'll do the trading. So you don't have to do anything. All you do is you pay the prop firm a fee for the challenge, which all prop firms charge, and then you pay Incomation to do all the work for you. And that's it. It's as simple as that. Once you've done that, you can forget all about it and just draw your money every month, because that's basically what happens, because Incomation are so efficient and they always pass the challenges, and then trading, they trade very responsibly. They could make you more money, but it would be higher risk, so they don't do that. They just keep the risks as low and make somewhere between 2 and 4% per month. And that is a very, very useful income. It means basically, in a nutshell, if you put $3,000 in, you're going to get $2,500 to $3,000 a month for life. And that is the bottom line. But if you put $3,000 in while this offer is available, it's only going to cost you $2,000 because prop firm is going to give you your $1,000 back. So you put $2,000 in, and you're going to get $2,500 to $3,000 for life. It's a real good deal. Who wouldn't? If they've got $2,000, say, yeah, okay, here you go, $2,000, I'm happy with that because I'm going to get, even if it's suppose you put in $2,000 and you got $1,000 a month for life, it'd be a great deal. You know, $12,000 a year. But to get more than that, a lot more than that, is fantastic. And that's what's available today. Now, you'd be able to get involved in Incomation in the future, but it will cost you $3,000 in round figures for a 200,000 funded account and $2,000 in round figures for a $100,000 account. You can save $1,000 if you take action before the end of this month. It's in your hands, it's up to you. You don't have to do it, but if it's something you're thinking of, do what you can to get it while the offer is available. Okay, as We Share Abundance, we now have 2 accounts. They're still going through the processing to get funded. One has gone through the first challenge. There's 2 challenges involved in getting funded. One has gone through the first challenge, and we entered that before this offer was available, so it cost us, in round figures, $3,000. The other account is going through now. It cost us $2,800, but we're going to get 800 of that back, so it's only going to cost us $2,000. So we'll have $5,000 invested, but it should bring us $5,000 to $6,000 a month in the not too distant future once they get those challenges completed and start doing the investment for us. And that is a net figure. Okay, that's what we will net. That is after Incomation have taken their share, and that's after the prop firms have taken their share. It's a real good deal, very solid, very unique, and everybody will want to get involved in that at some stage. If you can do it now, then fine, because it'll save you money. If you can't do it now, invest in Vortic United and compound until you have enough money to get involved in Incomation as well. They are 2 bankers. Vortic you can get involved in for $50. Incomation, the minimum at the moment is $1,900. So I understand that a lot of people can't afford that. I know that some people can't even afford the $50 to get involved in Vortic. But they are both ways to secure your financial future. And we will be bringing a couple of plans to you in the near future that will allow you to perhaps get involved. Well, one of them anyway will allow you to get involved for as little as $10, I think, and you'll be able to gradually build your income. Compounding is important. If you don't compound, you're never going to get anywhere. Okay, you might make some money, you might make a little bit every month, but you're not going to get where you want to go. You've got to compound, and you've got to have the patience and the persistence to compound and compound and compound until you've built your funds to a level where you are able to withdraw funds and still compound. Beyond Infinity, you can get involved in for $15. If you don't do anything, it's going to take you a while before you see your income. It's going to take you a little over 5 years, 5 years and 13 weeks before you start seeing income. But for $15, people spend 30 and 40 years getting into debt and financial mess, and then they expect to get out of it in 15 minutes. Life isn't like that. You've taken all that time to get into debt. You've got to be realistic about the time that it's going to get out of it. And for $15, Beyond Infinity offers a really good option on that. Same, with weight. People get overweight, they get obese. It doesn't happen overnight. They didn't, they weren't born overweight and obese. They've gradually, over many years, put on an extra pound, an extra pound, an extra pound until they're 50 pounds, 100 pounds, 200 pounds overweight sometimes. You can't just change that and be back to a healthy weight overnight. It takes time and it takes persistence and it takes effort. It's the same with your finances. But you've got to make the effort. You've got to decide that that's the course you want to go on. And that course in financial terms is compounding. And Vortic pay you today the income that you've earned through the week, and you've got the choice. You can withdraw that income and you can go and buy yourself a pizza and coffee and take everybody out for a meal, do whatever you want. Or you can compound it. And you say, well, you'll have to wait. But in a year's time, we won't be going out for a pizza. We'll take a vacation to some sunny location and we'll be in the best hotel, eating at the best restaurants and enjoying life totally stress-free from a financial point of view. If you compound, okay? If you don't compound, yeah, you can have your pizza every month. If you do compound, you can look forward to a really bright future. It's there in Vortic today. Get into your account, compound it. And it's a good policy to look at all the accounts you have because we have CoinMarketBull, which is very, very powerful. It actually pays more than Vortic. It's not as transparent as Vortic, and that's why I push Vortic more. And it's a little bit more expensive to get involved in because they have a $50 a year fee to get involved before you can start earning money. But you can make that up and more quickly because they will pay you 7 days a week at 1.2%. The most you can get from Vortic is essentially 1.2%. You can get more with the compounded account, but it's a moot point whether that is worthwhile because you can't do much with it. You can compound yourself and get better results than that compounded account. So essentially, Vortic will pay you 1.2% for 5 days a week in a highly transparent operation. CoinMarketBull is not quite as transparent, but it'll pay you 1.2% 7 days a week, and that can be a big difference once you start compounding that word again. Okay, so get into all the plans that you're in and compound them. Beyond Infinity has automatic compounding built in. You can turn that off if you want, and you can pull out your weekly gains if that's what you choose to do, but you won't get where you want to go doing that. Compound it. Compound it. Okay. That's the best advice I can give you. I'm not a financial advisor. I'm not qualified to be licensed to give financial advice, but I can tell you what makes sense, and that is to compound. Okay. We've got Deborah in as well from Southern Alabama, USA. She said, "I'll see you again in our replay. Blessings to all our members." She was in for a flying visit. I don't know. She'd come in and she's gone, apparently. Okay. And we've come in and we've gone. I don't really have anything more to tell you now today. I do have the numbers. We have just 7 net increase in our registered members in the last 24 hours to 39,194. We're up 22 in our active members. These are people that are logging in every day. That's up to 3,985. And we're up $2 in our bonus pool to $10,158.70 in Multiply WISA. No change in the membership there. I don't see any questions, and that's all I've got for you. I'm going to just check in the Melon app now. As I say, Lewis was in there from Portugal saying hi to everybody. I'm scrolling down. I don't see anybody in there, and I don't see any questions. So that's it from me today. If you've got a beautiful sunny evening like we have here, get out and enjoy the sunshine. And if you've got rain, take some sunshine with you. Take sunshine wherever you go. Okay? Um, there's someone that anywhere you go, always take the weather with you. But make sure it's good weather. No good taking bad weather with you. Take good weather. Take a positive mental attitude. Take love. Share abundance. Go the extra mile. Help people. Give them some of our free coupons that you have allocated to you. Bless them with those coupons and explain to them how they can use those coupons and generate cash from doing so, as well as helping other people finding that happiness. Until tomorrow, I'll be here same time, 7 p.m. London time, on YouTube, Twitch, and in our Facebook group. We share abundance publicly. Until then, I'll feed the sane, and I'll see you later, alligator, in the wild crocodile. See you later, alligator. Always wear a smile. See you later, alligator. Go the extra mile. All together now. See you later, alligator. Yeah. In a wild crocodile. Woo. See you later, alligator. Always wear that smile. See you later, alligator. I'm gonna go the extra mile. Yeah, yeah.